Hello, how are you? Adjusting my camera. How are you guys doing tonight? Really? That's awesome. I don't know how long I'm going to vlog for tonight. I literally just woke up. I crashed earlier. Let me do all that. Okay. Do I need to even plug in my phone? Well, sure I can. I really want to listen to my audiobook, and I really want to finish the second book in the White Trash Zombie series because it's so good, and then I want to start on the Harry Potter book. It is right now in Indianapolis, 60 degrees. It has been raining all day. It is like, today has literally been like such a pumpkin spice fall day. I mean, it really, really has. It has been so wet today and cold and breezy. I must have the camera sitting at a different angle because I can see like my clock behind it, which I can never usually see. Okay. So we slept in today and we got up, and Alex was like kind of getting up. He got up late today too, and he was like, I really want to go to brunch. So we went to brunch, and as soon as I woke up, before I did my meditations and everything, I grabbed my phone. I don't usually do that. And Mel, my book club assistant, had texted me, and she said, I did a booktube vlog yesterday where I just drive around and I talk about books. And she said, I was watching your booktube vlog from yesterday, and you said that the live stream is next week, because we have rearranged the schedule of like when we're reading the books and when we're doing the live streams. And she said, I was watching your book vlog from yesterday, and you had mentioned that the live stream is next Sunday, because the live stream's actually today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it was like 2 o'clock at the time, and we hadn't even gone to brunch yet. So I was like, oh my Lord. Thank God I had the book read, right? But anyway, book and a half. I'm almost done with the second one in the series. So anyway, Alex and I went to brunch, and we went to Cafe Patachou, and he had the turkey chili, and then he had the Cuban breakfast, which is his favorite. I don't know why I can't I'm afraid to touch the camera because I'm afraid to like turn it off, but it's not where I want it to be tonight. Okay, there, that's better. Don't turn off. Okay, so he had, and he's been drinking like black coffee, which is so funny because the entire time that we've been together, he's never been a coffee drinker, like never liked coffee. And he has like, once in like every 2 weeks, he'll get a cup of coffee. And so he today got coffee, and the place that we go, they always like, it's like serve yourself coffee. Like you go up and they have like 2 kinds of decaf, 3 kinds of regular, and then you can do all your fixins and everything like that. And he was telling me about these coffee places that they went to in Nashville. Alex had such a great time in Nashville. He's so excited to go back there. He's like, well, maybe we could do it for like the weekend of Thanksgiving, or something like that. I was like, yeah, I'm totally down, you know, whenever you want to go. He was like, we could just get a little hotel room for 2 nights and go down there, or rent like a little Airbnb. I was like, yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. So we're probably going to do that at some point. He was telling me all the stuff he did. He just had a total blast down there. And so yeah, so we went to brunch. He had the Cuban breakfast and the chili, the turkey chili. And he gets the same thing every week, and so do I. And then I got the omelet you can't refuse with no bacon, and add red onions and Gouda cheese. And then I put sour cream on top of it. And then I dip it in ketchup, because that's what we do with our eggs in the Midwest. Some of us, I should say. Whenever I say that, somebody's always like, not me, I don't dip my French fries in ranch. That's kind of a Midwest thing, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Do you guys like dip your fries in ranch? Oh my God, I love it so much. How late is it? 12:35. And then, what did we do? Okay, and then I have the omelet you can't refuse with potatoes, and they're like fried potatoes and breakfast potatoes. And then I had coffee. They had this coffee that was chocolate raspberry, and they were out of it like when I went there to pump it. So I ended up having this Guatemalan coffee. And then I got a bagel, an everything bagel toasted with cream cheese, but I only ate half the bagel. It was delicious. And then after that, we went to Half Price Books because I had to buy The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy because that is the next book that we are reading in the book club by Douglas Adams. They had like 3 or 4 different, oh God, my eye. I feel like there's like something hanging off my eyelash. They had like 3 or 4 different editions of it. Like 2 or 3. They had 3 copies of it, but they had maybe 2 different editions of it. Who'd care, right? I bought the oldest. I bought the one that looked the oldest. And I need to get it on Audible because somebody told me that the Audible version of it is fantastic. So I'm going to do that and listen to it. I think there's actually like a multicast recording of it. So if that's true, I may listen to that. It's actually a series, and the books are really short. So I don't know. I might, if I get into it, listen to more than one. I'm not a series reader. I don't love to read series. I love to read standalones. And so it kind of surprised me that I'm really into Harry Potter and White Trash Zombie right now. I love them. So yeah, so we did that, and then I came home and I did the live stream, had a great live stream. There are never really that many people in the book club live stream. There were like 30 or 40. I think it went from like 26 and 7 to like 36 or 7. It went back and forth. And, but it was fun, and we talked about the book, and we talked about some other stuff. And then Alex left to go over to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house about halfway through. Because he was like, because I had to make videos and stuff. And he goes, well, I'm just going to go over there and visit with them while you're doing that. And I said, okay. And then after that, I filmed my main channel video, Peter Ism's video, and then or my drama channel. I always call it my main channel video, but I mean, it doesn't really feel like always my main channel to me. So I filmed my drama video, and then I filmed my Peter Ism's video, and then I filmed my booktube video, and then I got those up. I've been having a lot of problems with Wi-Fi lately, so it's been taking me really long time to get them up, and I have to upload them from my phone, and it's just a mess. So I got that done, and then Alex was texting me and all that kind of stuff, and Carlitos was getting his hair cut. So Carlos, Alex's brother, no, he has no license to cut hair or do anything. Always just shaves Carlos and Sebastian's hair down. And I said, and I like their hair like really long and curly, but I think it looks, I don't know. I mean, there's just not, I don't see that many kids that have really curly hair like that. And, but then they just shave it, you know, real hardcore down. And at one point they both had like mohawks. Carlos shaved himself one, and he shaved Carlitos one too. And so anyway, but he had like a professional like haircutting like thing on around him, and Alex sent me a picture, and he was so well behaved. I was like, is he being good? He's like, yeah, he's being fantastic. And then Alex played the Wii with Carlitos afterwards, because I guess Carlos went to bed, and then Liliana was making food. So they hung out and did all that. Then they were watching some movie or something, and Alex was like, do you want to come out here? And I was like, well, how much longer are you going to be out there? And he's like, not much longer, like an hour. And I said, no, I'll just lay down until you get home. And I crashed out. I totally crashed out. I was like half asleep. Pee-pee was like right underneath my arm. It was, oh my God, I was so, because you know, it's like so rainy, so it's like the perfect day to take a, what do you call it, a nap and stuff, even if your nap is at, you know, 10 o'clock at night. And I was like a half an hour into napping. I just fallen asleep, and Alex called, and he's like, I'm on my way home, babe. And I said, okay. And I said, you know, just let me know when you're here, and which means he comes inside the house and the dogs all go crazy and they go running downstairs. That's how Alex lets me know he's here. But anyway, and then he came home, and we sat in bed and we talked for a little bit, and I just kind of fell back asleep. And he started watching, what was he? Oh, he's watching Murder House, the American Horror Story Season 1. He's watching it over again. I'm not real big on watching series of TV shows over and over again, but he's watching it over again. And he's really excited about the new season of American Horror Story coming out, as am I. Like, we both watched that and we love it. What's your favorite season of American Horror Story? I think my favorite season is, I'm gonna have to say Coven is my favorite, and then Asylum is my second favorite, and then I would say Murder House is my third favorite, haven't even finished the last season yet. I still have 3 episodes left. So I have to finish those. And so I got 3 episodes left of American Horror Story, the last one, which I can't remember what it was called. The next one's called Apocalypse. It looks so good. Joan Collins is in it. And I didn't care for Freak Show. I was really actually very excited about that one, and it didn't end up being what I thought it would be. Okay, what are the other ones? There's 6 total so far, right? So there's Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show. Evan Peters is fantastic, isn't he? I love him so much. Freak Show. I'm like trying to think through them. The last one, that's the 5th season. I'm like forgetting a whole season. Why can't I remember? Do you know Ryan Murphy that does the American Horror Stories, and he also did Glee, and he also does he did The People versus O.J. Simpson, which was so well done, and then he also did the Andrew Cunanan story, the Versace shooting thing. Do you know he's from Indianapolis? He went to high school, we're literally I think 3 or 4 years apart, and he went to a high school here in my town. We were literally driving around Indianapolis at the same time, and now he's Ryan Murphy and I'm Peter Monn, vlogger. Puts things in perspective for you, doesn't it? But you can always accomplish your dreams. I think about that sometimes. It's crazy to me that he went to high school here and grew up here, And I think he's so talented. I love the shows that he develops, and I've watched most of his shows. So yeah, I'm ready for American Horror Story to come back. Why do I feel like there's another season I can't remember? Who knows? I don't. I'd pull over and look it up, but I don't want to right now. I'll pull over in a little bit. I'm driving, and the only place to stop is right there, which is a park, and I'm not stopping at a park in the middle of the night when it's pitch black outside and scary that Michael Myers is in that woods ready to kill me. I said that in my video yesterday, and so many people got a kick out of the fact that I said that. So this is what happened, okay? So last night, it was the night before actually, Alex was gone, and I came home and I had made a little snack of a muffin with some raspberry jam, and I was really excited to eat it, and so I ate it, and then I was giving PBS medicine, and I took the dogs outside for their last potty of the night. Do you guys do that? I always do. Well, our neighborhood is very mature trees. I mean, we have huge trees in our neighborhood, and it's we have lakes around us, and it's a beautiful little neighborhood, and but it's very quiet. It's a lot of older people. I've talked about this before, and it's just very, very quiet. So we're sitting there, and I'm taking the dogs outside, and sometimes if it's rainy, they won't go much further than just the front little walkway right there. They'll stay right there. Well, it wasn't raining hard. It was just raining a little bit, and they would only just go in the mulch right there by the walkway. And so I was sitting there, and I was watching the trailer to the next Halloween movie, because they keep on putting out new trailers, and I was watching it like this, and I'm I couldn't see PP, and as I did, he's oh, he just starts barking and wailing, and Tucker did too, and I was oh my god, what is going on? Well, they're all this is what was weird, is sometimes they'll start barking, and if one barks, if you have more than one dog, you'll know what I'm talking about. If one barks, they all start barking for no reason, right? Well, they were all staring, all 3 of them were turned and staring at the end of the driveway. And I just looked out there for a second. I was what are you guys barking at? And then Pee-Pee, Pee-Pee has Boo and Tucker kind of they always just howl. But PP has like different barks that he does, or different growls. And he looked out there, and Boo and Tucker stopped barking, and he got like this guttural, like that. And I was like, and I had my glasses on, I didn't have my contacts on, and I could not see. And I was like, is there somebody standing at the end of my car, like behind my car? And I like bolted inside, and I like I go, come on, let's go inside. We all went inside, and I like closed the door, and I was like looking through my windows, and I'm like, have all the doors closed. I was totally scared. I can get myself scared. I don't need to watch any horror movie. I don't need to hear any scary movie. I can get myself scared more than anything myself. Let me just tell you, okay? With my active imagination. So I get inside, I lock all the doors, you know, everything. We go upstairs, lock the door, you know, all this kind of stuff, and get all the dogs in bed, and I'm like, I'm sitting there, and I was like, okay, I have to watch something fun. I have to watch something fun, because the night before, I had started watching Something Wicked This Way Comes, because Something Wicked This Way Comes is like one of my all-time favorite, how much time have I done? It's one of my all-time favorite, like, I mean, it's not a Halloween movie per se, because it's a book by Ray Bradbury, but it's fantastic, and if you've never seen it, you should see it. They have it on YouTube. It's not a very good edition of it, but, I mean, it's the original movie that was a Disney movie. It's really well done. It's about a carnival that, it's about a evil carnival that comes to town. It's very good, and it's beautifully shot. And so the one thing that cracks me up about it is that it's supposed to take place in Illinois, and it has like all these rolling hills. And I think I looked it up one time to see where it was shot, and it was actually shot in Vermont, because I was like, that doesn't look like any part of Illinois that I've ever been to. I mean, Illinois and Indiana, yeah, we have some hilly parts, but by majority, it's pretty flat. I will tell you that, like, Stranger Things, the movie, or the TV show Stranger Things is supposed to take place in Indiana. Stranger Things looks exactly like Southern Indiana. I mean, like, it looks exactly like what, like, from an hour from here, like what looks like in Indiana. By Bloomington, by Indiana University. That's exactly what it looks like, is the movie Stranger Things. So anyway, so I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Like, at that point, Alex had already gone to bed. I wasn't going to text him. Tanya was asleep. I wasn't going to text her, but I was, like, really scared. And I was like, okay, what should I do? And I was like, Trisha Paytas, true story. This is what I thought to myself. Trisha Paytas mukbang, whatever, mukbang, always, like, make me laugh, okay? So I went, and she had just uploaded one, and it was this ASMR Chipotle. She was making, you know, doing, I don't know if she was making fun. She was making fun. It was very sexual. It was sexual eating of Chipotle, okay? And she's doing this mukbang eating show. And I'm sitting there, and I'm laughing. Well, at the same time that I'm laughing, right? Yeah, I'm not scared anymore. But I'm hungry, okay? And I had remembered that, like, 3 weeks before that, I had done this. Like, Trisha said she was doing her last eating show ever, and so, like, I recreated it, and I did this eating show where, like, I made the pasta that she makes, and she made this corn that you just, it's like green giant corn, lightly sauced, and you throw it in the microwave. It is so good, you guys. I actually just had a whole bag of it tonight before I went to, took my nap. And it's like 90 calories for the whole bag, and for the box. And if you get a bag, it's like 180 calories. So it's real low cal too. It's delicious. You don't need to salt it, butter it, or anything. Now, she puts a bunch of butter on it, but you don't need to do that. It's just delicious how it is. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like so hungry, and I'm like, okay, well, I've got the corn downstairs, or blah, blah, blah. But what I really want is Chipotle, okay? And I'm like, is there a 24-hour Chipotle around somewhere? And I'm like, I feel like there is a 24-hour Chipotle, okay? Let me just tell you, other than White Castle, gas stations, and some McDonald's, they got rid of all the Jack in the Boxes. There's not really anything 24 hours in Indianapolis. I mean, nothing. Walmart, Meijer. I mean, there just really isn't. Like, even the Walgreens right here that used to be open 24 hours, they got rid of, they're not open 24 hours anymore. Here's CVS, it's not open 24 hours. Oh, it says right there 24 hours. Oh, the pharmacy is open 24 hours. Drive-through pharmacy. But, you know, like, there's just not a lot that's open 24 hours, you know? I mean, definitely no restaurants. There's no, like, 24-hour Chipotle. And it reminded me because years ago, my friend came to visit, God, 20 years ago now. She lives in Chicago and Florida. She came to visit me, and she wanted to buy this tape. She was obsessed with this band, like the Big Sky something, where they sang the song Big Sky something from the movie Thelma and Louise, and she was obsessed with them, and they were going to play here at town at this bar called The Vogue, and she wanted to memorize all the songs, and it was a Sunday night, and she was like, we've got to go, and we've got to buy this tape, and I was like, okay, I mean, this is tape cassette time, remember, back in those days. So we went to Walmart, and she's like, I can't believe they don't, Walmart's the only thing open. It was like 8 o'clock. She's like, this is why I hate, okay, every one of my friends that leaves Indiana that comes back, this is what they always say. This is why I left. This is why I hate Indiana. What, because no music stores open at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night? That's why you hate a whole state? Okay. So anyway, everything really does kind of shut down here, though, about 8 o'clock. I mean, even restaurants start closing down about 9 o'clock on a Sunday. It's really hard to get into a restaurant in Indiana after 9 o'clock on a Sunday. I mean, a few, but there's not really that many. Especially in, like, some areas, even, like, the O'Charlie's and places like that are kind of, like, not going on a whole lot. So anyway, what am I talking about? I feel like I was starting on something and I went in a completely different direction. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. So I'm sitting there and I'm hungry, and I get on that Around Me app, see? And I start looking up to see, oh, by the way, Juan and his boyfriend, they said they were from Kansas City, that they were not from Sarasota at all. And he goes, I don't know why it says that on my Twitter profile. Well, because go to edit your profile. Because you're the one that tagged it in there, Sarasota, Florida, somehow. So anyway, but hey, Kansas City. I have a YouTuber friend actually from Kansas City, so maybe you guys can be friends with him because he's a really nice guy. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and I get on that, you know, Around Me app, and I'm thinking to myself, you have to understand at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, Peter, you know you are not walking out to that car with no killer out there with a machete. You just aren't doing it, right? Because see, if I wanted Chipotle, even if it was open 24 hours, I still had to walk to my car with that Michael Myers killer being out there that I didn't even see, but I knew he was out there. So I was going to have to go out there, and I was going to have to, like, you know, I don't know, be faster than the murderer or something, or hoped he had gone on to the next house. So I'm sitting there. I mean, this is truly how I think, you guys. This is no lie. Like, I really go, ask my husband. Like, I think about all this kind of stuff. Like, he'll be like, well, just run out to your car. Oh, no, I don't need to run out to my car. Well, why don't you run out to your car? Oh, no, I'm good. I don't need it. And he'll be like, what? And I'll be like, I mean, there might be somebody out there that wants to kill me. And he's like, you're so stupid. And, like, now I can kind of work myself through it. But when you watch enough of those shows on, like, the Identity TV and Unsolved Mysteries, and you watch all of those killer shows, after a while, what you know is, yeah, there are crazy people out there, okay? And they're just looking for crazy people to be going to their car at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't need to be that crazy person. So anyway. But let's see. Okay, so anyway, so I'm looking on the Around Me app, and there's no Chipotle, and I know every Chipotle in the area, and I know there's no Chipotle that's open 24 hours, right? So I'm like, damn. So, okay, whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, like, what can I eat? Oh, it's 23 minutes and 17 seconds. Let me stop it. I'll be right back. All right. This is so nice, the new camera. I literally just, like, stop it and start it all in one little thing. Okay, so I know it's real annoying to you guys, but I'm sorry. It's the best I can do. I mean, it wouldn't go all the way through the other day. I was watching Tana Mojo's Storytime video, and she said in her video that her disc stopped, and so she had to, like, I was like, oh my God, the same thing happens to me, Tana. Just call me up, I'll help you. So anyway, but see, Hardee's closed. Everything's closed. Taco Bell, now Taco Bell does stay open later. But anyway, I was looking on the Around Me app, and I'm seeing all the Chipotles, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was a Chipotle. Here's how, you guys see how my mind works, right? I'm looking at it, and yes, I do have a pink shirt on today. Okay, so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, and I have now kind of forgotten, is there a Chipotle that's open 24 hours? I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all of them, I'm like, oh my God, true story, look, as I'm telling this story, look at this. Hey, Chipotle, what's up? Hey, Chipotle. So anyway, You guys probably couldn't see that at all, could you? But anyway, as I'm sitting here and I'm looking these up, okay, because my mind is so all over the place, even at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was a Chipotle here. Oh, I didn't know there's a Chipotle there. Really? Is it really still there? I'm like losing it. So finally, I'm like, Peter, you're not really gonna go get any. Here's me talking in third person. Peter, you're not really gonna go get any. Every time I touch that camera, I get that sticky stuff all over my hands. I hate it. From like where the camera's held in place. But anyway, I'm like, you're really not gonna go out to your car, even if it was open 24, even if it was open 48 hours. You figure that one out. Oh my God. You know you're not going to go out to your car. You're just not going to do it. And that was the truth of the nature all day long. I wasn't going to go out to my car because I knew that there were people trying to kill me out there. So anyway, so I was like, well, what should I eat? Well, our refrigerator is always empty. We never have any food, okay? We never have any food in the pantry. We have so much food right now. Like, I've been going to the grocery store every day. We have like 3 kinds of chips. We have like muffins. We have Pop-Tarts. We have all kinds of frozen stuff. We have all like cream cheese, bagels, cheese. I mean, there's so much shit in there. So I'm like, okay, what are you hungry for? And I'm like, I want some of that corn that Trisha Paytas used to eat because I was like really hungry for it. And I was really actually hungry for pasta too. But I was like, I wanted like comfort food, like something warm, you know? But I didn't want to like have to cook up the pasta. So I wasn't going to cook up the pasta at 4 o'clock in the morning. So the what do you call it? I think I made cheesy rice and broccoli, and I think I had that, and I had the corn, and so I had a little bit of extra corn left over, so I heated up the corn, and then I made the cheesy rice and broccoli. The cheesy rice and broccoli is really good too. It's not as low-cal as the other one, but it's really good. I think that's the one I had. I don't even remember which one I had that night now, but every night I have the corn or the cheesy rice and broccoli. Those Green Giant little meals are really, really good. This is the part where somebody comments below, you really shouldn't be eating frozen vegetables. They're not good for you. They're processed. Well, it's better than a Big Mac, and I've been craving Big Macs like crazy lately. I told Alex today, I said, it's so weird when it gets like this outside. And he's like what? And I said, like Halloween-y. And he goes, how is this Halloween-y? And I go, well, it just is. It's, you know, rainy and windy and colder. And he goes, you're so funny. But it is, you know what I mean? And so, this one part of Indianapolis that I drive through right here is like an industrial park. And it always smells like oil or like pavement or something, like hot asphalt. And right as I hit here every single time, it's like I forgot everything that I ever learned before in my life. And I always look at my car like, is my oil okay? I'm so silly. So anyway, and then we went to bed. And then I did not watch Something Wicked This Way Comes because I was too scared at that point. We were too full, and so yeah. I gave them some dry food while I was eating. And I can't remember what I watched that night. Oh, my Lord. So that was my late night snack night the other night. Why did I tell that story? Because people thought that was funny when I mentioned it on my main video. I think, like, people have this idea, like, that stuff that I say on, like, my drama videos, like, I've said it 15 times. I think people think that the stories that I tell on there are made up. No, they're 100% true, okay? I go to Walmart and Meijer with my good Judy all the time. I buy 10,000 wax melts. I think it's interesting because I can always, like, when people, like, counter me on something, you know, not believing me on something, I'm like, there's always... I've already told most of them on the vlog, and it's funny because I wonder how many of you, like, watch my other channels, and then you're like, yep, Peter's already told us in a vlog, he's told this story already, you know, because it's like, I tell all the stories over here, so, you know, and I just showed the wax melts the other night. There's this light over here, every time it's blinking, I always think it's a UFO, even though it's the same light sitting on top of a pole. On top of the world. That is not that song. I totally just made that up, didn't I? Anyway. That's sitting by the dock. Sitting on the dock by the bay. Is that song? are the other American Horror Stories? Has there been another one? Okay, Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show, and then whatever the last one was called. Cult. Has there been 5? That's it? There's only been 5? That can't be true. I feel like there's been more than that. I feel like there's been 6 and this will be the 7th, but maybe I'm wrong. I would definitely say this is our go-to show between, except for now we got RuPaul's Drag Race, Pose. We also watch that. So those are our 3 shows. I started watching Pretty Little Liars with Alex back in the day. He watched the entire show, okay, all the way through. He hated this season. If you watch Pretty Little Liars, Alex hated this series ending. But I watched it with him for a long time. I thought about reading a series of books. I heard they were by Sarah Shepard. I heard they were pretty good. But anyway, I got through the first season and like the 2nd episode of the 2nd season. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just thought it was so bad. I mean, I was kind of intrigued, but then it was like, I don't like when, I'm like out in the middle of nowhere. I don't like when shows conveniently add stuff in there to answer like things that don't make sense, if that makes sense, okay? American Horror Story. Oh, it says season 8. Well, how many seasons have there been? We watch Scream Queens too. Wikipedia. There's been 7 seasons. Okay. Spin-offs. American Crime Story is considered a spin-off. Okay, Murder House, Asylum, Hotel. How can I forget Hotel? Roanoke. Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show, Hotel, Roanoke, Cult, Apocalypse. Ah! You guys, it starts on Wednesday. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Okay, so let me go back. I would say Coven is my favorite. And then I would say Roanoke. I loved Roanoke. I know a lot of people didn't like it. And then I would say Hotel. And then I would say Murder House. No. Then I would say Asylum. And then I would say Murder House. And then I would say Coven was my favorite. Then Roanoke. Then Hotel. Then Asylum. Then Murder House. Then Cult. Then Freak Show. And who knows where Apocalypse will be in there. Oh my God. I did not know it starts in 2 days, you guys. I'm so excited. I can't even believe it. Oh my Lord. Well, I've got to watch Cult. I got to finish Cult. So I got 2 days to finish Cult. Oh. Thank God I only got 3 episodes left, right? Like, people always say, like, there are a lot of people, I was talking about it in something else, and they said in the comment sections, they're like, yeah, I don't really like Sarah Paulson, like, this about her, that about her. You know, I like the idea that it's kind of a very old school idea, like old school Hollywood idea, old school Hollywood idea, that, what do you call it? Ryan Murphy uses this ensemble cast, and he uses them over and over and over again and recasts them, and I love it. I think it's really well done the way that he does it. I think Kathy Bates has been, Jessica Lange is in this one. I think Kathy Bates has been fantastic. I think, you know, Angela Bassett. We interviewed both of them, actually. I am like such a diehard Angela Bassett fan, you have no idea. Waiting to Exhale and How Stella Got Her Groove Back are two of my all-time favorite movies, like, of life. And, I think she is so fantastic. She still, to this day, looks so good. And, her arms were more muscular than mine have ever even been once in my life. So, yeah, oh my God, I can't believe that starts on Wednesday. Oh, my camera battery is flashing, which means it's gonna die soon. Well, at least I have an hour tonight. I have like 35 minutes right now instead of 24 or whatever I had the other night, which I had to add at the end. So this will probably be a shorter vlog tonight, which I said it was going to be anyway. So I'll try to at least get it to 40 minutes, but I don't know if that will be able to be the case. 24, well, 23, 33, 34, 35. I'm at 35. So if I can talk for 5 more minutes without it shutting off, then if not, then you guys, this is going to be a super short vlog. I'm really sorry. But yesterday was like an hour and 12 minutes. I couldn't believe it when I got it all uploaded. Sometimes, like, I kind of forget. It'll probably just shut off, too. So when it does, that's just going to be the ending. So I bid you farewell now. On my old camera, it would let me come back on and for a couple minutes film and be like, okay, you guys, I'll see you later. And then it would shut off and I could film that much. But this one won't do it. Like, what I've noticed is when I come back on and I hit, like, the record button and I say, like, okay, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow, it stopped. Like, it'll literally feel like when I look at that clip when I'm rendering it together, it'll literally say, okay, like that, and then it shuts it off. So when it ends, just know it's over. I love you guys. You'll be like, oh no, the vlog just ended out of nowhere. How will I continue to live? But just know I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. But we'll continue to try to talk and see how long we can make this. This is like those shows back in the day, like War of the Worlds. We're gonna try to stay online as long as we possibly can. We're gonna try to stay online now for as long as we possibly can, and yeah. I feel like I just read a book like that not too long ago. I like those apocalyptic books, like end of the world books like that. Do you guys like those? Oh my God, or movies? I love those movies and books like that. I was so excited because Audible is now offering this thing where if you're a member of Audible and you buy like credits every month, you can, I'm like belching, excuse me. You get 2 free Audible original books every month that they put out like the first Friday or something like that. Well, they're such bad choices, okay? And they really try to like pump them up like they're something fantastic. But it's like this one book sounded so interesting. I was like, oh, this is like the hot zone. I'm really interested, but it's about weather. And it was like tornado chasing and all this kind of stuff. I was like, oh my God, this sounds so good. And then it was like this meteorologist talking about his life. And I was like, no, I'm not interested.